Ghost King Lord of Bad News always delivers bad news. When you are sleeping, he tells in your dream, did you know you're going to die tomorrow? You only have 2 days left to live. He delivers a letter of bad news to you in the form of nightmare. The Ghost King, Lord of Calamities, not only delivers bad news in a letter, but actually makes some calamity happen to you. Accidents such as car accidents, sunken ships, air crashes, and the like. The Ghost King, Lord of Food. What you eat each day is fixed. The story I told about the supervisor over food is a true one. What dishes we eat and what they are made of are all fixed. What we eat tomorrow is fixed too. Imperceptibly, someone is assigning these portions to you. The Ghost King, Lord of Wealth. Someone made an offering to me today, and it has to do with the Ghost King, Lord of Wealth. He told people to donate some money to the master. Really, this is not offered by a hair. There are no wrong things in the world, nothing that occurs without cause and effect. You had created the causes to become my disciples. No one can force cause and effect. It is something measured to deny the law of cause and effect. We must not discredit it. The Ghost King, Lord of Domestic Animals, governs all kinds of animals. The Ghost King, Lord of Birds, governs over fowls. The Ghost King, Lord of Beasts. Earlier it was the Ghost King, Lord of Domestic Animals. Now it's the Lord of Wild Beasts. There are no domesticated beasts really. There is a Ghost King, Lord of Beasts in the eastern Lazuli Mountain. He governs over beasts such as tigers, hares, and dragons. In the southern Glass Mountain, there is a Ghost King who governs over beasts such as snakes, horses, and goats. There is a Silver Mountain with a Ghost King that governs over monkeys, chickens, and dogs. In the north, there is a Gold Mountain that is formed with gold. But do not try to excavate gold there like the way people did with the old God Mountain or New Gold Mountain. That Gold Mountain cannot be touched or reached. There is a Ghost King in this Gold Mountain who governs over swine, rats, and orbs. The Ghost King, Lord of Beasts, and the Ghost King, Lord of Domestic Animals govern over different things and have their own rear and turf. The Ghost King, Lord of Mountain Surprise. When there are problems with soil, woods, metal, ropes, or large trees, it is because of mountain surprise and the like. The supervisor for these ghosts is the Ghost King, Lord of Mountain Surprise. In the third assembly of the Shuragama Mantra is a series of ghost kings in charge of such things. La shi po ye, chu la po ye, chi ni po ye, wu tuo cha po ye, pi sha po ye, shi sa tuo la po ye, po la che jia la po ye, tu shi cha po ye. The Ghost King, Lord of Birth, governs human births. He will make sure that good people enjoy safe labors while bad people suffer more during labor or cannot complete their labor at all. They are punished so that they may become enlightened, reform, and renew themselves. The Ghost King, Lord of Life, governs all life with breath and blood. The Ghost King, Lord of Sickness. Any sickness is governed by a ghost. The Ghost King, Lord of Danger, is in charge of dangerous acts of harm. The Ghost King, Three Eyes, has 3 eyes. How do his 3 eyes look? They do not look like the heavenly eye in the 5 eyes and 6 penetrations. He has one horizontal, one in the middle, and 2 on the sides. The 3 eyes form a triangle. Have you seen such a thing? The Ghost King, 4 eyes. His 4 eyes form a square. They do not arrange like the 5 eyes of the Bodhisattvas. He looks especially strange, so that people are afraid when he sees him. The Ghost King 5 eyes. The Ghost King truly Shu is in charge of the fire in the south. The great Ghost King truly Shu is in charge of large fires. The Ghost King truly Shu is in the south, while further south there is a mountain where the great Ghost King truly Shu is the Ghost King. The Ghost King Nuo Cha is one of the kings of the 4 great heavenly kings. He is a Dharma protector. So although he belongs to the category of ghosts, he is not a ghost. That is why he is named the King Nuo Cha. The great Ghost King Nuo Cha and the other such great ghost kings as mentioned above. When we talked about small ghosts, we said that where there is a large ghost, there is a small ghost. With them were hundreds of thousands of minor ghost kings. A ghost king has these ghost offspring, including children, grandchildren, and other relatives who dwelt throughout the southern Jambudvipa, each residing over certain jurisdictions. Each ghost has a domain where they may exercise their power. Sutra, aided by the Buddha's awesome spiritual strength and the power of Earth Star Bodhisattva Mahasattva, all these ghost kings joined Lord Yama in the Trayastrimsha Heaven, and together they stood to one side. Then Lord Yama knelt, placed his palms together, and said to the Buddha, World Honored One, aided by the Buddha's awesome spiritual strength and the power of Earth Star Bodhisattva, I have been able to come here with all these ghost kings to join this great assembly in the Trayastrimsha Heaven, which will be very much to our benefit. There is now a small doubt that I should like to express, and we hope the World Honored One will be compassionate and resolve explain it. Commentary. Each person has his or her individual authority. These ghosts have their authority as ghosts. Aided by the Buddha's awesome spiritual strength and the psychic power of Earth Star Bodhisattva Mahasattva, all these ghost kings joined Lord Yama in the Trayastrimsha Heaven, the heaven of the 33, and together they stood to one side. Then Lord Yama knelt, placed his palms together, and said to the Buddha, World Honored One, aided by the Buddha's awesome spiritual strength and the power of Earth Star Bodhisattva, I, son of God Yama, have been able to come here with all these ghost kings and members of our retinue to join this great assembly in the Trayastrimsha Heaven, which will be very much to our benefit. There is now a small doubt that I should like to express. May I have the privilege to ask the World Honored One? Am I qualified to ask the World Honored One? And we only hope the World Honored One will be compassionate and resolve explain it, thus resolving my problem. Sutra. The Buddha told Lord Yama, I will answer any question you would like to ask. At that time, Lord Yama looked respectfully at the World Honored One, made obeisance, turned his head to acknowledge Earth Star Bodhisattva, and then said to the Buddha, World Honored One, I observe that Earth Star Bodhisattva uses hundreds of thousands of expedient devices to rescue beings who are suffering for their offenses within the 6 paths of rebirth. I see that he does so uninstinctively, without the least fatigue. Although this great Bodhisattva uses his inconceivable spiritual penetrations to do such deeds, it doesn't take long for the beings whom he has helped in gaining release from retribution to fall into the evil paths again. World Honored One, since a Star Bodhisattva has such great inconceivable spiritual powers, why are beings not able to rely on him to stay on the good paths and to be freed once and for all? Please, the World Honored One, explain that for us. Commentary. The Buddha told Lord Yama, I will answer any question you would like to ask. Ask whatever you would like to ask. I will definitely give you a good answer. At that time, Lord Yama looked respectfully at the world under one, made obeisance, turned his head to acknowledge Earth's Bodhisattva. Since the Buddha is in front of him, he looked at the Buddha and turned his head to look at Earth's Bodhisattva, a show of respect for Earth's Bodhisattva. And then he said to the Buddha, World Honored One, I observe that Earth's Bodhisattva uses hundreds of thousands of expedient devices, using different methods to rescue beings who are suffering for their offenses within the six paths of rebirth: the realm of gods, the realm of humans, the realm of asuras, the hells, the realm of hungry ghosts, and the realm of animals, and the realm of animals. I see that he does so instinctively, without the least fatigue. He is not afraid of any hardship or weariness. Although this great Bodhisattva uses his inconceivable spiritual penetrations to do such deeds, it doesn't take long for the beings whom he has helped in gaining release from retribution to fall into the evil paths again. World Honored One, since a Bodhisattva has such great inconceivable spiritual powers, why are beings not able to rely on him? Why do they not listen to his teachings? Why do they defy the rules? Why are they unable to cultivate by staying on the good paths? Why do they create offenses? And why are they not to be freed once and for all? Instead, they are entangled by karmic obstructions. Please, World Honored One, explain that for us. Sutra. The Buddha told Lord Yama, the beings of Jambudvipa have stubborn and obstinate natures, difficult to tame, difficult to subdue. This great Bodhisattva continually rescues such beings throughout hundreds of thousands of years, causing them to obtain liberation quickly. For those beings undergoing retribution even in the worst destinies, the Bodhisattva applies the strength of experience to extricate them from their own basic karmic conditions and lead them to understand the events of their lives, their past lives. But because beings of Jambudvipa are so bound up by their own heavy bad habits, they keep revolving in and out of the various paths over and over. As this Bodhisattva labors throughout many long years to entirely effect their rescue and release. They are like people who, in confusion, lose their way home and take a dangerous road by mistake. On that dangerous road are many yakshas, tigers, wolves, lions, serpents, and vipers. Those confused people are sure to be harmed very quickly on that dangerous path. Commentary. The Buddha Shakyamuni told Lord Yama, the beings of southern Jambudvipa have a stubborn and obstinate natures, difficult to tame, difficult to subdue. It is very difficult to make gentle these beings and subdue them so that they will observe the rules. This is not very easy. For instance, everyone nowadays says that observing rules is bad. Why? It is because they do not wish to observe the rules, so they say it is bad to observe the rules. Actually, without a ruler, a T square, which together means rules in Chinese, one not can draw a square or a circle. This great Bodhisattva continually rescues such beings throughout hundreds of thousands of years, causing them to obtain liberation quickly. Gods, kings, and Lord Yama asked as to why living beings do not listen to a Bodhisattva and follow his teachings though he has such great spiritual powers. Why do they leave the evil paths and then come back down to the evil path again for as long as billions of years? This great Bodhisattva repeated saves living beings of this sort so that they may become liberated soon. Due to their confusion and action for those type of beings undergoing retribution, 7 in the worst destinies, the 3 evil realms for hell beings, hungry ghosts, and animals, the Buddha applies the strength expedient to extricate them from their own basic karmic conditions and lead them to understand the events of their lives. But because the Amitabha are so bound up by their own heavy bad habits, the karma of their past lives is connected to his life, while the karma of this life is connected to future lives. This kind of karmic retribution is continuous throughout lifetime, like a rope in a knot. There is what it means. This is what it means by being bound up by their own heavy bad habits. What kind of bad habits are these? The foremost bad habit is a sexual desire. All beings are the same. Every being has a problem that is foremost, something they have the worst time eliminating, and that is lust. Eliminating lust is even more difficult than climbing up to the sky. If you can subdue your lust so that women have no lust when they see men, and men have no lust when they see women, then they have tamed their tiger. Free of afflictions, you have subdued your dragon. Afflictions and ignorance are just like a dragon that transforms endlessly. It develops without you realizing it. So, first of all, and lust. This is where you can tell whether you have any cultivation, more virtue or skill. How can test yourself and know about yourself? You are some skill if you have some skill if you have eliminated desire. If you have not ended your desire, then you are awesome with outflow. So cultivating non-outflow refers to lust. With lust there is an outflow. Without lust there is no outflows. The second leading bad habit is greed. Why is there lust? It is because of greed, such as a greed for food, for good thing, for a good feeling, and greed for satisfying one's desire. The third leading bad habit is ignorance. What is arrogance? The third leading bad habit is arrogance. What is arrogance? Some people are not necessarily smarter than others, but they always feel like they are smarter than everyone else. They look down at everyone. They have to be number one wherever they are. The fourth leading bad habit is a hatred towards everyone. If you are not good to me, then I will think of a way and kill you, or think of other ways to seek revenge. The fifth leading bad habit is deceptiveness, cheating and pretending. The sixth leading bad habit is lying. Deception involves pretending to be a good person when one is a mean person. That way people cannot tell. Lying is the false speech. The seventh leading bad habit is blame. Blaming others for every one of their obvious wrongdoings. They say, I would not have done that if he had not told me. I cannot be faulted for this. This is his problem. He's guilty. His fault. They shoulder the blame on others. The eighth leading bad habit is about deviant views. Instead of walking down proper paths, people with this habit always walk down improper paths. The ninth is crookedness. Instead of being straightforward, people with this habit do things that accrue others wrongdoing in a twisted manner. The 10th leading bad habit is suing. People who enjoy fighting baseless suits tell the judge that certain people are wrong. I am going to sue him. To think of ways to accuse others wrongly. This is suing. These 10 are the Shuragama Sutra as the 10 habits, which will lead to the consequence of the 6 retributions. Due to these 10 of habits, living beings are said to be bounded by intense bad habits. They keep revolving in and out of the various paths over and over. They created all kinds of offenses and evil because of these 10 kinds of evil karma. Hence, they got to transcend the 3 evil paths. They return, they revolve, and out of the 3 evil paths because they transcended them in the present life, but then enter them again in the next life. As this Bodhisattva earth-store labors and works so hard throughout many long years to entirely effect their rescue and release, saving all beings. For instance, they are like people who in confusion lose their way home and take a dangerous road by mistake. On that dangerous road, there are many yakshas, tigers, wolves, lions, serpents, and vipers. Yakshas represent skepticism in the 5 dawn servants. Skepticism means doubting everything because there is a lack of confidence. Tigers represent greed. Were we to tame our lust, then we would have tamed our tiger. Without having subdued lust, we have not subdued the tiger. What do wolves symbolize? Hatred. Wolves are mean, which applies to both wolves and hatred. Lions represent delusion and foolishness. Serpents and vipers represent arrogance. Greed, hatred, delusion, arrogance, and doubt are the 5 dawn servants. Those confused people are sure to be harmed very quickly on that dangerous path full of the 5 dawn servants of greed, hatred, delusion, arrogance, and doubt. They will be hurt by the 5 dawn servants in an instant in time. Thereby they commit offenses that push them into the 3 evil paths.